this time, we kindly ask you to please rise for playing of the United States National Anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's starting lineup first for Safira FC. In goal, number 44, Safira. Number 10, Andrea Carvalho. Number 4, Alan Carr Jr. Number 8, Ricardo Sobrero. And rounding out the Safira lineup is number 15, Bruno Gonçalves. For U.S. Select, in goals, number 11, Pedro Miranda. Captain number 8, Tucker Shepard. Number 7, Austin Diaz. Number 10, Jeff Sampaio. And rounding out your U.S. Select lineup is number 12, Mohamed Kenway. And now for a special presentation to the two teams from Bill Sampaio. This is a participation plaque awarded to Safira in the U.S. in 2 counties by Bill Sampaio. First official, Georgios Zervos. The second official, Piazet Krivosky. The officials of the team are Louis Boyce and Maria Ruar.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Clark Athletic Center Gymnasium, home of the UMass Boston Beacons for Day 3 of the New England International Futsal Challenge. Game 1 here today features the lineup of 2 teams from the United States, a U.S. College Select team, and 3-time USFF Men's Open champions, Safira FC. It should be a great game. I'm Doug Chin here on the broadcast for you today. For those of you unfamiliar with futsal, it is the official indoor game sanctioned by FIFA. We'll get you the starting lineups real quick as Safira is on the attack, and that will go out of bounds for our first corner kick of the day. So we have Safira in red going from right to left across your monitors. As that shot on high by number 4, Alankar Jr. And they are taking on the U.S. select team made up of recent college graduates, some current college players. They're wearing the blues, going from left to right. U.S. College Select on the attack now, playing possession in their own half. Played out to Diaz. Diaz tries to counter, but it's broken up by Safira. Junior with a shot on, blocked in front. Safira still on the attack. This is Andra Cavallo, plays it back out to the wing, shot on, blocked by Sampaio. It'll go out of bounds for another Safira corner kick. We'll get you the starters right now. Starting for Safira, you have Alankar Jr., Ricardo Sobriera, Andra Cavallo, Bruno Gonzalez are the field players, with Zé Felipe in between the pipes. This is Andrea Cavallo right now, plays it out to number 30. Sobrera finds the target player up front, and we're gonna get our first foul of the game, and it'll be against the U.S. select team. For those of you unfamiliar with futsal, one of the differences between futsal and outdoor soccer 11v11 full-sided game is the introduction of accumulated fouls. Safira gets a shot on, Junior shoots this one just wide. So the way this works is sort of like basketball. If your team commits 5 fouls in the first half, in either half actually, as this is shot on by number 12 for the U.S. select team, Mohamed Kanawe. Back to the fouls. If you have 6 fouls, starting with the 6th foul, the defending team will no longer be allowed to make a wall, as this will be a kick in now for the U.S. select team. The starters for the U.S. select team, as I mentioned, a bunch of college players, a lot of them playing in the New England Little East Conference. A few players that played at Rhode Island College, a few players that are currently playing at UMass Boston. Their starters in the field as Shepard puts this one just wide of the net. Are Tucker Shepard, Austin Diaz, Jeff Sampaio, and Mohamed Kenway. Starting in goal for the U.S. select team is Pedro Miranda. So no score here yet. We are about 3 minutes into the game. As Safira on the attack, that's broken up and back by Diaz. So as some of you may have noticed, this game is played 5-on-5 actually, including the goalkeepers, 4 field players and a goalkeeper. We'll get you caught up on some of the history of the game of futsal when we get a chance at the break. And we'll also describe some of the differences between futsal and the 11v11 game. Once again, I am Doug Chin here with you on today's broadcast. Safira now in possession. This is Junior on the left flank, defended by Shepard. Reset back to Sobrera. Sobrera playing that pivot position, back out left to Junior. Junior with a shot on, save in front. Junior with his 3rd shot of the game. That's the first one he's put on goal. Very nice save there by Miranda. So Safira has pretty much dominated play here early on as this ball comes across off a U.S. select player. So Safira will take over. Safira plays it out to the left flank. Defended by Sampaio. Shot on, save there by Miranda, and it's going to be another corner kick. This is the fourth corner kick by Safira as they play it in front. Carvalho is going to switch it out to the right side. This is Junior with the left-footed shot, saved by Miranda. He's been tested early, and he's been able to answer each challenge. On our broadcast, we don't have a clock, but one of the differences between outdoor soccer and futsal is the presence of a stop clock. So every time the ball goes out of play or there's a whistle, the clock will stop. Halves are played 20 minutes each. As this is Sobrera on the attack. It's blocked in front for another corner for Safira. Safira, they'll reset to Carvalho. Carvalho out to the wing. Cross court, back to Sobrera. Sobrera sends it back across to Junior. Junior trying to take on number 7, Austin Diaz, but it's well defended there. The officials for today's game, as you can see, there are 2 court referees. The first referee is on our side. That is Giorgio Zervas. On the far side is Piazet Manoski as the second referee. And serving on the table are third and fourth officials, Luis Borges and Maria Brouillard. Looks like we're going to have a forced substitution. I believe there's blood on Junior. So Manoski sending him to the bench for a substitution. Another difference between soccer and futsal is the presence of flying substitutions, similar to hockey, as this ball comes into play. Flying substitutions, they're also unlimited. So unlike soccer where you have 3 substitutions per game, as U.S. Select starts on the attack, shot on score! Mohamed Kenway, gives the U.S. Select team the lead against this powerhouse team from Safira. Nice play there by the U.S. Select team. As Kenway is trying to attack again, he's held up there. That's gotta be a foul. And it is called. Referee stepping in to separate players. It looks like we may get a booking here. And it will be on number 30 for Safira. So Shepard will have the free kick opportunity. As we mentioned, fouls accumulate, team fouls that is. Shepard will play it out wide, out to Kenway. Kenway's going to reset to Shepard. So you're allotted 5 fouls per half as Sampaio tries to slot it back to his teammate number 7, Diaz, but is unable to do so. Safira back on the attack. The New England Futsal Challenge and tonight's match is made possible by the support of Bay Coast Bank, Sada Airlines, Tour Azores, Navigant Credit Union, the Canaan Group, 4Coach, Hampton Inn, Fall River, and Westport, and We Got Soccer. As Safira is back on the attack again. This is reset to Carvalho. Now on the left flank to Panta. Carvalho now on the left flank, cross court. Safira with a shot on. That was number 11. That Alex Alves shot that one high. You may have also noticed on these goal clearances, which have replaced goal kicks, the ball is played out of the goalkeeper's hands. That's another difference between futsal and outdoor soccer. Game is also played with a smaller ball. Generally a size 4 ball is used for these older age groups. As the U.S. Select is back in the attack again, and that shot is blocked. And the ball is also heavier than an outdoor soccer ball to prevent it from flying all over the place, so it has 30% less bounce. Futsal has been used by a lot of teams in recent years in the United States to build foot skills for their soccer teams. Safira now possessing in their own half. This is Junior. Slots it to the right side. He gets it back. Well played back there. And Sobrera will deflect it off of a U.S. Select player. Safira will keep possession. Another thing you may have noticed on the restarts is the kick-ins in place of throw-ins. Ball must be placed on the line and kicked into play if it exits the field via the touchline. So it's 1-0 here with 12:17 left to play. That's going to be a foul called on U.S. Select. That was Diaz as he came through. Manoski is going to give him a talking to. He's going to be subbed out, though. So by my count, that is 2 fouls on U.S. Select, 1 on Safira. As it's played up to Junior. Junior with a nice volley pass shot. Save by Miranda. And now the U.S. Select team trying to counter. Kenway shoots, he scores! His second of the game. And the U.S. Select team now has a 2-goal lead against Safira.
U.S. Select goal scored by number 12, Mohammed Kenway, his second of the night.
Kenway now 2 goals on 3 shots. By my count, Safira with a little bit of a false start there, as Manoski lets them know, wait for my whistle. So it's now 2-0 here in the first half at the Clark Athletic Center Gymnasium, home of the UMass Boston Beacons. As this will go out of play, and the U.S. Select team will take over. This is Dennis Martinez now with the ball for the U.S. Select team. Dennis Martinez, as we mentioned, this is the home of the UMass Beacons, is actually on the UMass Boston soccer team. Kenway with another shot on. This one's going to be saved. Still on the attack. This will go out of bounds, and it will be a corner kick for the U.S. Select team. Kenway has been a stud so far for the U.S. Select players. This is going to be reset all the way back to Miranda, the goalkeeper. Pass in front. Kenway, his shot will go wide. Good challenge there. Quick counter now by Safira. Oh, that's going to be a foul on Tucker Shepard. The card is going to come out. Very clear there, as it looked like Junior, he was just held up. Tucker Shepard grabbed onto his jersey. He's going to pick up a caution. That's also going to be the 3rd foul on the U.S. Select team, as Safira will have an opportunity from the right side of the court. Direct kick here. Cheeky play there as Safira just sends it back. Shot on by number 77, Gian Vieira. That his shot goes high, and will go to Miranda for a goal clearance. Miranda tried to go long with it. It was dispossessed by Safira. Taken away now by Estrada. Camilo Estrada possesses, tries to play it back to Martinez. Safira trying to counter, but Shepard breaks it up. Martinez trying to appeal to first referee Giorgio Zervas, saying that he was being held. Giorgio's having none of it. So Safira looking to get on the board here. We're about halfway through the first half here in game 1 of day 3 of the New England International Futsal Challenge. As this is played up front to Estrada. Estrada tries to feed it back to Martinez, but Safira is there to break it up. So it will be a corner kick now for the U.S. Select team. Coming back to Canane. Andrew Canane slides it out to the left to Estrada. His shot will go high as that ball will get stuck in between a pipe and the wall there on the back end of the court. So they'll get a replacement ball in there pretty quickly. Canane defending number 7, Banta. This is 77 now, Vieira. Out to Junior. Junior is going to reset to the back. Out to the left flank, excuse me. Back cross court. Junior tries to get by. And he is now appealing to the referee, looking for a call. Futsal, unlike outdoor soccer, is played on a hard surface. So while there is contact still allowed, it is generally a lower contact sport than the outdoor game. Safira looking for their first goal, but they'll turn the ball over there, and U.S. Select will take over. And there's another difference that you'll notice between soccer and futsal. While in soccer, you may play the ball back to your goalkeeper as many times as you want. In futsal, you may not. The goalkeeper only gets one touch until the ball goes out of play or it touches an opponent. So that's the infraction here. That will not count against the accumulated fouls, as this will result in an indirect kick. The only thing that results in an accumulated foul are direct kick fouls. Those are your holding, your tripping, your striking. So this will be an indirect kick from 6 meters out. Junior on top of it. He's just going to try to blast through, try to get to deflect off somebody, and that ball will come over towards our broadcast booth. It's always good to get involved in the game. Been involved in futsal since around 2002. One of the organizers of this event, Bill Sampaio, one of my trainers and coaches. And the first referee over here, Giorgio Zervas. He trained me as I was a futsal referee. And it's great to see the growth of the sport since I started way back then. Safira trying to get on the board still. This is played out left to Alves. Alves will reset back to Junior, and he will shoot it in to cut the U.S. Select team's lead in half.
So, field goal scored by number 4, Junior Malala.
So now we have a 1-goal game as number 9, Estrada, will put that one on. That's saved by the goalkeeper, Zé Felipe. Actually, it looks like there was a goalkeeper change. That is number 23 as this corner kick goes in. Junior looking to counter quick. Junior slides in. He will find a teammate, but that shot will go just wide. That was number 7, Gian Vieira, trying to score the equalizer. The new goalkeeper for the Safira team is Emerson Vieira. Cross court now to Kanane. Kanane is going to reset back to Estrada. Estrada shot on, will be wide. Safira with 8 minutes left here in the first half. We haven't had one yet, but another difference between soccer and futsal is the presence of the timeout. Each team is allotted 1 timeout per half, which may be taken when your team is in possession and the ball is out of play. Have not seen one used here yet. Safira now, this is Junior. Junior, shot on, wide. And it's deflected off the goalkeeper, Pedro Miranda. So it'll go out for a corner. This is going to be reset. Number 11, shot on, saved by Miranda. That shot was by Alves. Sent the length of the court by Vieira to just relieve the pressure. So this is Dennis Martinez again. As I mentioned, these two teams are both from the United States. Part of this International Futsal Challenge is the presence of 2 international teams. As the U.S. select team is on the attack, shot on will go wide by Estrada. Those international teams are 1 team from Brazil, 1 team from Portugal. The team from Brazil is a team of all-stars from Rio de Janeiro, while the Portuguese team is a professional team, Belenenses. Each team played 1 game against each opponent in this showcase. So this is the first meeting between these 2 American teams. As Sobrera will reset in back to number 77, Vieira. Nice play there. Vieira shot on, score! The equalizer by number 77, Gian Vieira. Well set up by a very clever flick by number 8, Ricardo Sobrier. And we have a 2-2 game with 6:20 left here in the first half. Safira now looking to grab the lead. As I mentioned, these 2 teams lost both of their first matches of the weekend. The showcase started on Friday night at another Little East team, Rhode Island College. Little East School, excuse me. As I mentioned, some of the members of this U.S. select team played at Rick. Those players are Jeff Sampaio, Tucker Shepard. As Safira looking to attack now. Take it down, and this is going to be a penalty kick. As the Safira player was taken down. Obviously, just like outdoor soccer, no wall on a penalty kick. So it will be one-on-one between, it looks like, Junior and Miranda. So Junior looking to give Safira their first lead of the game here with 5:26 remaining in the first half. The distance between the goal line and the penalty spot in futsal is 6 meters. Junior approaches, shot on, and he'll put it home to give Safira the 3-2 lead.
Safira goal scored by number 4, Junior Palava.
So Safira grabs its first lead of the game against the U.S. select team. Those three other players that played at Rick are Austin Diaz, Kevin Arboleda, and Camilo Estrada. Obviously, a lot of people are familiar with D3 soccer. They obviously think of the NESCAC, but there's a lot of great soccer here in New England and a lot of the other conferences as well. I was at the conference championship, men's conference outdoor championship, between Johnson & Wales and Albertus Magnus for the GNAC championship. Great people over there at the Great Northeast Athletic Conference of the GNAC, as we have a chance now here for Safira. Slotted in front, shot, save by Miranda as he turned away Herman Soto's shot. U.S. Select looking to counter. This is number 2 Arboleda, one of those Rhode Island College players, former players I should say. And here we go, we're going to get our first timeout, and it's going to be called by the visiting team, Safira. So while we have a chance to talk to you, we're going to introduce you to some of the sponsors for today's match. The Bay Coast Bank, Sada Airlines, Tour Azores, Navient Credit Union, the Canadian Group, Ford Coach, Hampton Inn, Fall River, and Westport, and We Got Soccer. I'd also like to thank 2 organizations that helped put this event together, the USFF, United States Futsal Federation, and also Sport Court, world's largest court builder. Something about the court that you may have noticed is this game is played on a basketball-sized court. The invention of futsal started in Uruguay, actually, back in 1930 by an educator named Juan Carlos Serrani Gravier. He wanted to create an indoor version of soccer that could be played inside YMCAs. As he started to develop the sport, it started to spread rapidly throughout Latin America. Eventually, FIFA decided they wanted to get involved in the indoor game, and they started putting some time into looking into futsal, and it eventually became the official indoor game of FIFA. You may notice, unlike a lot of the indoor soccer that is played here in the United States, there are no walls. And a lot of coaches believe that this more closely resembles the outdoor game and is great for changing. Junior with a shot on, he'll poke it wide. And apparently it was out of bounds before Miranda touched it. Counter now picked up by number 10, Carvalho, who will put that shot wide. Excuse me, he'll put it on goal and it's be a corner kick. Corner kick for Safira, volley by Junior as he'll put this one wide. Junior, by my unofficial count, has 9 shots on the day. 3 of them on goal, including his 2 goals. Excuse me, 4 of them on goal. 3:22 remaining here in the first half. Shepard challenges Carvalho, and he is forced to turn back and reset into his own half. The one difference between soccer and futsal that we have not mentioned yet today, and hopefully we will not see it, should there be a send-off, the team that receives the red card will not play down for the entire game. Unlike soccer, where if a team gets red carded, they play down for the remainder of the match. In futsal, that player is disqualified, but after 2 minutes, the offending team may add a substitute, similar to a hockey power play. Also similar to a hockey power play, should the team with the man advantage score a goal in that 2 minutes, the team with the player that was sent off will be able to replace that player at that time. U.S. Select on the attack now. Shot on, blocked in front there. That was Kenway. Kenway, the only goal scorer for the U.S. Select team today, tries to slide that corner kick in front, but that's broken up. We're going to get a foul called on U.S. Select. You see them saying no more. Mohamed Kenway saying no more, no more. That is that accumulated foul that we talked about. They now have 5 team fouls. So the next foul, they will not be allowed to make a wall. As this is slid in front, shot on, saved by Miranda. As he turns away number 10, Andra Carvalho. Another interesting thing, not only will they not be allowed to make a wall, you may be able to see a spot about 10 meters from goal. That is the second penalty spot. Should the 6th foul occur behind that spot, the ball will be placed on that spot. Again, no wall. Sampaio challenged Junior there, and he jumped back to make sure, hey, I'm not fouling him. Excuse me, that was Diaz. This is Kenway now. Kenway turns, shoots, blocked in front. This is Junior with a chance to counter. One to beat, turns, beats Shepard. Shot on by number 8, Sobrera, but his shot will go wide with 1:11 left here in the first half. Should the 6th foul occur ahead of that second penalty spot, the defending team will still not be allowed to make a wall, but the team that is awarded the free kick may choose to take it from that closest point. Nice chip there, shot on by Kenway, save by number 23, Vieira. This ball is reset back to the keeper. Another 4-second rule is the keeper may only possess the ball for 4 seconds via feet or hand in his own half. You notice that the pass back rule was not in effect there, as Miranda was in his opponent's half. Nice tackle there by Shepard. Well played there. You hear Giorgio Safira saying ball, ball. Let him know that the tackle was clean as Estrada puts that shot wide. 34 seconds remaining here in the first half. Safira with the 3-2 lead on the goal scored for Gian Vieira. Estrada now looking to counter with 20 seconds remaining. He'll pull back. He's defended by Junior and Cavallo. This ball kick-in will be awarded to the U.S. Select team, who will call a timeout to find out how they want to handle this final 17 seconds. So while we have a little break, we'll get into a little bit more of the history of futsal. As I mentioned, the FIFA started to take interest in futsal a little while after it was invented. In 1971, futsal got its first governing body as FIFUSA, was created in Sao Paulo, Brazil. They sponsored the first World Championship, was also held in Sao Paulo, Brazil. That was in 1982. And no surprises there, Brazil beat Paraguay in the championship of that. Timeout wrapping up now as the U.S. Select team retake the field. 15 seconds remaining. This is Shepard on the right flank. Back to Morita. Back out to Shepard. Morita's got to shoot on. He's going to shoot it wide. One reason why futsal is becoming so popular here in the United States is it's fun to play. As you notice, it is much faster paced than the outdoor game. As time is going to expire here in the first half, with Safira FC leading the U.S. Select team 3-2. Okay, so they pulled a fast one on us. Halftime ended pretty quick. So We're back in action here for the second half. Safira FC leading US Select 3-2. US Select looking to attack, taken away by Carvalho. Carvalho tries it out to Junior. Junior left-footed shot will go wide. No deflection there, so it will be a goal clearance. By my unofficial count, and since we don't have official stats, it's the only count. Junior, led all shooters with 8. He also scored 2 goals, 1 on the penalty kick. 3 of his shots were on goal. However, Mohamed Kenway for the US Select team, his 5 shots on goal were tops in that category. 8 saves made by US Select goalkeepers, 6 saves made by Safira goalkeepers. I did mention a few Division III New England conferences earlier in the broadcast, and I'd be hard-pressed not to mention the Commonwealth Coast Conference. This will go out of play, taken over by Safira. Or are we getting a foul call here? Appears to be a free kick, so I believe it was a foul called on US Select. As they start to count it now, Kenway trying to slide it through to Sampaio, broken up in front. Commonwealth Coast Conference. Men's soccer, Gordon College won that championship. They placed Caleb Cole on the NSCAA All-America team. All-America first team, excuse me. Shot on by Shepard will go wide. As I mentioned, there is some great soccer here in New England. Not only at the Division I level where you got BC, BU shot on by Junior, will go wide, but also at the Division III level. On the women's side in the Commonwealth Coast Conference, you had Roger Williams, Mariah Kaiser, named an All-American. Me getting my D3 plugs in. And why not? We are on the campus of a premier Division III athletic program, UMass Boston Beacons. Shepard now will play it out wide to Estrada. Getting back into some of the history of futsal. Hold on now, Marina shot on. Tried to beat his counterpart, but it was turned away. Another fun part of futsal is that you get those goalkeepers involved, which is great for the modern game where you have goalkeepers handling the ball at their feet a lot in the outdoor game now. No longer are goalkeepers special players. They are soccer players first with special privileges. As Kenway's shot will go wide, deflected wide, excuse me, for a corner kick. Kenway now. He's gonna go cross court, a little bit miscommunication there. So Safira will get the kick in. So after FUSA became the governing body in 1971, FIFA started to take interest. FIFA took over sponsorship of the Futsal World Championship back in 1989. And if you thought futsal was new here in the United States, you would be wrong. The United States did partake in that 1989 World Championship. They finished third in that tournament. Then in the next one, in 1992, they finished second. That third place finish was the highest showing of any team in the United States in a FIFA tournament until the women's outdoor team won the World Cup in China in 1991. U.S. Select looking to counter now. Up to Kenway. Kenway can't handle it, and it'll be taken over by Gonsalves. Shot on. Goes wide by Estrada. Estrada's 5th shot of the game, according to my stats. None of them have been on goal. Safira now with a kick in from the left flank. So Safira, as I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, nice chip there. Gonsalves puts it over the top. As I was saying, Safira is a 3-time USFF national champion. They won the national championship in 2009 and also in 2011 and 2013. They also medaled in 2014, earning the silver medal. Last year, they were eliminated by the eventual tournament champion, Ginga Brave Pro Sala from Las Vegas. Shot on here by Safira. It'll go over the top. So goal clearance now for U.S. Select. We're about 5 minutes here into the second half, with Safira leading 3-2. Goal scorers in this game: Mohamed Kenway got things started with 2 early goals for the U.S. Select team, but then Safira came back with 3 unanswered goals, 2 by Alan Carr Jr., one of them a penalty kick, and 1 by Gian Vieira. The U.S. Select team will now have a kick in from the left flank. They'll reset back to the keeper. Miranda, shot on, save by Vieira. Miranda really getting involved in the offense now. That's his 3rd shot on goal in the game. Corner kick now for U.S. Select. Sampaio sends it aerial over to Estrada. Estrada is going to reset back to Miranda. You see Giorgio's putting his hand up, letting him know that Miranda cannot get the ball back, but now he's in the offensive half, so he can. This is Kenway. Kenway beats 1 defender, beats 2 defenders, shot on! Wide. He's saying there's a deflection. The referees disagree. So it's a goal clearance now for Safira. So Safira will again be competing in the regional tournament first, the USFF Northeast Regional. Hold on 1 second as we have a chance now. Shot on, shot blocked in front. Another chance, another save, a team save there by Shepard. A great opportunity there by Safira to add some insurance, but the U.S. Select defense was up to the test. As I was saying, the Northeast Regional will take place on February 13th and 15th, 13th through 15th, excuse me, in Wildwood, New Jersey. I had the privilege of refereeing in that tournament back in 2011 at that location in the beautiful Wildwood Convention Center. So that will be Safira's next trip, looking for another opportunity to compete for the national championship. A foul there. Card's going to come out. Oh, and he's sent off. That is a send-off there by number 12, Mohamed Kenway. He has been the best player for U.S. Select Team, and he is done. So Kenway has been dismissed from this game for that vicious tackle. And as we mentioned, now the U.S. Select Team will have to play a man down for 2 minutes or until Safira scores a goal. That is unfortunate because Kenway was playing so well. So that's a big hit to this UX Select Team here with 13-17 remaining here in the second half. So Safira now with the man advantage. We've seen their passing early in this game. With all this extra space, it should be interesting to see what they can do. Safira being very patient now with the man advantage. The U.S. Select Team has boxed it in. 1 man high, 2 down low. Trying to just kill off this penalty. This hit is not only bad for U.S. Select, as they are now a man down, but they lost their biggest offensive weapon so far in this game, and they are down a goal. Maybe Safira being a little bit too patient now, as this will be shot on and saved by Miranda. Vieira off the crossbar. So a good chance there. Well defended there by Safira. U.S. Select with about a minute left on the penalty kill. Foul called here against Safira, just their first of the half. U.S. Select tried to play it quickly, but it was broken up. This is Estrada now. He's going to reset to Shepard. Shepard over to Miranda. Miranda beats one and he'll play it out. I'd like to remind you that the New England International Futsal Challenge is made possible by Bay Coast Bank, SATA Airlines, Tor Azores. Junior will put it in and give Safira a 4-2 lead, taking advantage of the man advantage with 11:50 left here in the second half. His third of the game, so that's his hat trick. One good part for the U.S. Select Team is they get to add their 5th back into the game. But now they're in a 2-goal hole. Catching back up on the sponsors. Today, the challenge is also made possible by Navigant Credit Union, the Canadian Group, For Coach, Hampton Inn, Fall River, Westport, and We Got Soccer. We'd also like to thank the USFF and Sport Court for helping make this event possible. Shot on by Miranda. Very emotional save there by Vieira. Miranda leading his team in shots on goal, the goalkeeper. That's something that you won't see very often in the outdoor game. Miranda receives the ball back, slides it over to the right to Sampaio. Miranda, shot on! Wide of the net. That's Miranda's first shot that has not been put on goal. 4-2 Safira, leading the U.S. Select team made up of collegiate players. Fouls are 3-1. 3 to the U.S. Select team, 1 for Safira. Again, each team is allotted 5 fouls until they are no longer allowed to make a wall. Shot on here by number 77, Gian Vieira, but his shot will go high. Sampaio now. Looks like the U.S. Select team has shifted into more of a 2-2 formation instead of that diamond. Now they're back into shape. Shepard, he's going to wind up and fire. Sampaio looking for the tip in front. He's turned away, and so is Dennis Martinez. Miranda finds Sampaio on the left flank. Sampaio looking for the far post. It looked like he was expecting Estrada to make a run there. Put it in. A little bit miscommunication there. About halfway through the second half, we'd like to remind you that this is just game 1 of today's doubleheader. Unfortunately, I will not be around to stay for that second game, but that game is going to be probably the most exciting game of this whole challenge, as you have the team from Portugal and the team from Brazil taking on each other. Those two teams are undefeated in the New England International Futsal Challenge, as they beat both these teams by decisive margins as well. So be sure to stick around and watch that. I believe that game should be kicking off around 3 o'clock. Pretty good crowd here at the Clark Athletic Gymnasium on the campus of UMass Boston. Martinez tries to slide it across, looking for Estrada, but Vieira was able to break that up. And in case you thought futsal was just a amateur game used for training for the outdoors, it's not. The U.S. team will be sending a team to the 2016 CONCACAF finals, which will be taking place in Costa Rica in May, looking to qualify for the World Cup, which will be taking place in, hold on, I'll find the answer for you in a second as we get a shot on by number 9, Estrada. It is set to take place in Colombia, September 10th to October 1st. The 14-member team for the United States was named back in October. As Safira now on the attack, this is Junior. He loses the ball to Estrada. Estrada beats one defender. Looking to slide in Sampaio. Sampaio broken up in back. Well defended there by Safira with a good recovery run. And now they're looking to counter. Saved by Miranda on number 11 shot, Alex Alves. Safira looking to start the attack again. 8 minutes remaining here. Safira holding a 2-goal lead. Safira content to play the ball around in its own half. I'd like to thank former Red Revolution GM Craig Tornberg, excuse me, and Bill Sampaio, the USFF National Director of Coaching, for helping put this event together and inviting me to do the broadcast. I'd also like to give a shout out to our production crew here today. And it will be a perfect time as the U.S. Select team is going to take their time out. I'd like to thank our producer, Steve Rice, and our camera operators, Dan Rice, Adam Kitchen, and Denise Punguage. Hopefully I got that right. Hopefully I've been pronouncing everybody else's name right here today. Get all these Brazilian names, Portuguese names. I'm doing the best I can here. I'd like to also thank you guys for tuning in to today's broadcast. It's been very fun getting back on the mic. Bring me back to my Boston University days. With the flying subs and the man advantages, kind of reminds me of BU hockey. As this timeout will conclude. 7:23 left here in the first match of today's doubleheader. U.S. Select with a kick-in from the right side. So we'll see what the U.S. Select team is going to do to try and generate some offense down 2 goals with only 7 minutes left to play. The offensive play didn't develop there, as that one is passed out of bounds for a goal clearance. Safira in possession. Alves is going to reset back to Cabrera. Junior trying to take on Shepard. Shepard will shield that one out. We've mentioned the USFF a few times. USFF has been the governing body for futsal in the United States since 1981. Current president is Alex Parra. I'd like to thank him for all his support when I was a young referee working regional and national tournaments for them. The Safira bench, very excited about that strong defensive play. Miranda tried to find Shepard, but that will go out, and Safira will take over. Junior looking for his 4th, puts it wide. So for those of you soccer fans who may not have heard of futsal before this, hopefully this will introduce you to this fast-paced, exciting, high-scoring sport. Great for development for the outdoor game. Also great as a sport on its own, as that shot will go high from Estrada. .5:44 remaining here in the second half. Once again, I am Doug Chin, broadcasting this game from the Clark Athletic Center Gymnasium on the campus of UMass Boston. Cabrera tried to backheel that one to Junior, but it'll go into his own bench. One thing that I have not mentioned that you may or may not have noticed is you may notice that the 2 teams have switched benches. That was done in futsal after teams started to take advantage of the flying substitutions. Shot on here by Estrada, that will go high. Excuse me, teams were taking, as I was saying, teams were taking advantage of substitutions, bringing people in the back of the bench with the sub coming in at the front of the bench, giving them an offensive advantage. So for that reason, the governing bodies of futsal decided, okay, we need to switch sides so that both teams on the field have equal, both go each way once, excuse me. And to correct that substitution problem, they said, you're going to switch benches too, so you're always subbing your defensive half. So that's why that happened. Estrada tried to chest that one down. And now Safira looking to counter. This is Junior. Slides it over to Cavallo. Shot on by Alves. No good. So Safira still holding the 2-goal advantage. 4:35 left here in the match. Once again, we'd like to remind you to stay tuned for the second match. I will not be on the broadcast, but the game should stand up for itself. You got the Rio de Janeiro All-Stars against OS Belenenses. Two international teams, one from Brazil, one from Portugal, who will be taking on each other. Two American teams playing here, Safira and the U.S. select team. You got to imagine that the U.S. select team is going to start having to be a little bit more aggressive. Right now, they're still defending in their own half, which is common practice. Shepard now applying a little bit of pressure as Junior moves that ball out of bounds. But it was deflected by Shepard. So Safira will take over. Advantage applied there. As Safira with a shot on, save. As Cavallo could not beat Miranda. Foul called here against. It's against Safira. That's 4 fouls against U.S. Select, 2 against Safira. That advantage that was played by first referee Georgios Zervos, that does count as an accumulated foul, as Shepard is going to try to put this one on net. Is blocked in front and will go up for a corner. As you may or may not know, when a referee applies advantage, they are saying, I saw a foul, but is it advantageous for me to let you keep playing? And because of that, the rule makers decided, hey, they fouled them. We have to give them that accumulated foul. So that is why the foul count stands at 4-2. A foul called here against Safira. That's their third. They're not happy about it because it looked like they had a chance to counter. Estrada tries to shoot. Shot on! Shepard there at the far post to put it home, and we have a 1-goal game with 3:06 remaining here in the second half. Tucker Shepard serving as the captain of this squad today. Puts home his first goal of the game. So 3 minutes now. Can't give one up here, but the U.S. Select. U.S. Select looking to counter. Foul called here. And it's going to be number 4 on Safira. And it looks like Georgios actually saw the foul before he blew the whistle, trying to apply advantage because he brought the ball back to just about a yard outside of the penalty arc. 4-4 on the fouls. 4-3 is the score as U.S. Select turns it over, but they're able to recover. This is Shepard now. Shepard turns it over. Number 10, Carvalho with the shot on. It was going wide, but Shepard got a piece of it and will deflect it out of bounds. So Safira will take over with 2:21 remaining. This is Carvalho on the right flank, looking cross court to Junior. Shepard looked like he got away with a hold there, but Junior was able to beat him. Cheeky move there, blocked in front. Now this is Miranda looking to counter. 3-on-1, slide over, shot on! Well defended there by Safira as number 2, Kevin Arboleda, tried to slide it past him. Shot on, save by Miranda. So it looks like we're going to have an exciting finish here at the Clark Athletic Center, excuse me, with 2 minutes left, 1-goal game. U.S. Select on the attack. Now Safira looking to counter. Well tackled deal by Shepard. But Safira gets it back. That ball will go out of play, and it will be awarded to the home team. 1:43 remaining, 1-goal game. U.S. Select without a foul to give. Miranda slides it over to Arboleda. Arboleda looking down low for Martinez. Martinez, it comes back to Miranda. Miranda's shot will go high. 1:36 here left in the game as that ball cannot be handled by number 7, Junior Panta. Looking down low for Martinez. Back up to Arboleda. Arboleda is going to reset to Miranda. Miranda winds. No, he's going to. Uh-oh, can't turn the ball over there. Counterattack on an empty net. Carvalho, shot on, score! So the U.S. Select team got aggressive, turned the ball over. Andra Carvalho was able to pick it up and place the ball into the empty net to give Safira the insurance goal is the word I'm looking for. That'll probably do it with U.S. Select with 1 minute remaining as this ball is chipped from their own end, but just wide. 53 seconds remaining. Martinez will tip this one back to Miranda. Miranda has Shepard on the right, but he chooses to go to Estrada on the left. Estrada trying to find Arboleda. Arboleda gets pushed down, no call. Now there's a call, but that's only foul number 5 against Safira. U.S. Select tried to play quick. Referees say no, as they have to issue a caution. This one will go to Gian Vieira. So we only have 33 seconds here remaining, but if there's another foul, we will have a free kick with no wall. This is reset to Miranda. Miranda over to Shepard. Shepard back to Miranda. Miranda goes back to Shepard on the right side. Resets back to Miranda in the center circle. Miranda with a chip, looking for Arboleda. Arboleda can't handle it. 21 seconds remaining here. 1-goal game. We're going to get a timeout called by Safira.
Timeout, Safira.
So 20 seconds to regroup. While we have the chance, we're going to remind you of our sponsors. Sada Airlines, Bay Coast Bank, Navigant Credit Union, the Canadian Group, Ford Coach, Tour Azores, Hampton Inn, Fall River, Westport, and We Got Soccer. We'd also like to thank the USFF and Sport Court for their help with this weekend's event. 5-3 game here between Safira and the U.S. Select team. We'd like to remind you that starting at 3 o'clock, Game 2 of the doubleheader will take place between the Portuguese team Belenenses and the All-Star team from Rio de Janeiro. It has been a great weekend in futsal, and hopefully this will help grow the sport. Pretty decent crowd here today. My estimate says 450. 5 seconds as you have the kids in the crowd counting down. And that will do it for this game. Safira defeats the U.S. Select team 5-3. Goal scorers in today's game for the U.S. Select team: Mohamed Kenway with 2, Tucker Shepard with 1. For Safira, Alencar Jr. with 3, Andra Carvalho with that empty net goal with 1, and Gian Vieira with 1 as well. I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in. I'm Doug Chin, and be sure to stay tuned in for the next game starting at 3 o'clock. Thank you very much.